Who wants to be a millionaire?
Oh boy.
Well, if you clicked on this video, it's probably you, because who wouldn't want to be a millionaire anyway? Since I did ask, I did want to give a shout out to the late Regis Philbin who hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I used to watch this show so much as a kid, and I used to think, wow, I could have been a millionaire because I answered that question correctly. My name is Ver, and in today's video, I want to be talking about a Roth IRA and why it is very important that you open one up as soon as possible if you don't already have one. This is one of the things that I would say if you start right now at just $16 a day, $6,000 a year invested through a Roth IRA account, you can become a millionaire.
I don't really need your help. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to win the $1 million. Because the U.S. president appeared on Laughing as Richard Nixon, that's my final answer.
He's won $1 million.
Generally speaking, a Roth IRA is essentially just an investment account where you put post-tax money into, and then any gains, profits, earnings in the future when you pull out of it after the age of 59 and a half are not taxed. With that, let's get into the video. What is a Roth IRA? Well, viewer, here's the simplest breakdown I can give to you right here. A Roth IRA, or a Roth Individual Retirement Account, is essentially an investment account where you invest your money today up to $6,000 with no immediate tax deductions. What that means is any money that you contribute into that account is post-tax, or money that you've already been taxed on. Say you work your job, you get taxes taken out of that every paycheck, as you may know, and then any money after that, your take-home, is what you can contribute into that account, up to $6,000 a year. It could be every month, it could be right at the end, it could be at the beginning of the year. It just is capped right now at $6,000. After the age of 59 and a half, you can pull out your money tax-free. You don't pay any tax on the money in that account for years, taking advantage of compounded interest and earnings on your money. I want to make a small note here. Any money amount that you contribute into a Roth IRA account, you can pull out tax and penalty free. It's when you start pulling out any gains that you'll have to pay, one, a penalty, as well as capital gains tax on that amount. Here are the reasons why it's important to start this when you're young. I already mentioned this, but money that you put into a Roth IRA account is post-tax income, or money that's already been taxed. When you're young, you're not making a lot of money. The money invested in a Roth IRA is money that's already been taxed. So you've already worked a job, you get paid with taxes pulled out, and then you can contribute your take-home pay into that. That is called post-tax money. For example, let's just say you work a minimum wage job earning $15,000 a year working part-time in high school. After taxes, you're probably going to be left with $13,000 in take-home money, or post-tax income. The reason why you should consider taking some of that money and investing it in a Roth IRA account is because you're taxed less when you're younger, making not as much as you'd be making in the future. So compared to making $15,000 a year, you could be making $50,000 when you graduate college or you're in your 20s, and then by the time you're in your 30s, you could be closer to $100,000 and so on. I believe there's also a threshold where if you're not making a certain amount of money, you're not taxed that much, if at all, on your income, and you're only charged a tax on Social Security. As you grow in your career and you make more and more money, there are different types of accounts and investments that you can invest into in addition to a Roth IRA account. So what would I have done if I knew about this when I was a teenager? The thing about a Roth IRA is the money that you contribute to it has to be earned income. Essentially, you have to work for the money. It can't just be gifted money to you. You have to work for that money, it has to be taxed, and then you can contribute into a Roth IRA account. Some of you, if you're in high school, if you have a job, that money that you're earning from your part-time job or your job before the age of 18 can be contributed into a Roth IRA account. So I started working when I was 16. I was a bagger at a local grocery store on the military base in my hometown. I was earning money from that, and I could have taken that money, and I wasn't taxed heavily on it, and put it into a Roth IRA account. This was already 12 years ago because I'm 28 now. In order to open up a Roth IRA account, you actually have to be the age of 18 to open it up for yourself. But if you're working before that, you are still eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA account, but you can't open up one. So you'd have to have a parent and a parent's permission to open up a Roth IRA account if you're not 18 yet. As long as you're making money from a job, you can contribute that money into a Roth IRA account. Here's a small caveat, you can't contribute more than you make. So again, I mentioned earlier, the max per year you can contribute to a Roth IRA account is $6,000. But say you only make $1,000 from part-time work or your job before the age of 18. You can only contribute that much. Damn, dude, like I wish I knew this back when I was in high school. I think I was playing Halo when I was earning my own money. or I was spending it on gas money because, you got to drive yourself to school. I did have leftover money, but I didn't invest it. Here's an example to kind of explain what I'm talking about. You are age 16, you have a minimum wage job, let's just say it's $7.25 to match the federal minimum wage. You're working 20 hours a week and you're honestly not taxed on that money that you earn because you're not making enough to be in the first tax bracket. The only thing that's covered is Social Security. I believe at that hourly wage, you're gonna be making about $7,000 a year, and that's mostly all take home. So you can contribute $6,000 of that $7,000 take-home pay into a Roth IRA account, and you'll be on your way to a millionaire from there. The crazy thing is once you're at 59 and a half, that money's not taxed when you pull it out because it was taxed when you started putting it in. For me, I actually didn't open up a Roth IRA account until age 25 when I moved out here to LA. So I lost out on almost 9 years of investing my money in an account. So if you're 18 years old or older right now, and even if you're closer to retirement too, and you don't have a Roth IRA account, you can actually still open up a Roth IRA account right now. All you have to do is go online. You could go to Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard, and you can find that they offer retirement accounts, specifically the Roth that I'm talking about today. At the point of time of this video, you can contribute up to $6,000 per year into a Roth IRA account. This was an increase from before. It was $5,500. It could increase in the future as well. A quick caveat to mention though is if you're already making over $139,000 a year, you're actually not eligible to contribute to a Roth IRA account, and you'll have to look into other methods to do so, such as a backdoor. I won't get into that. You can look that up on Google. That's a method I'm most likely going to have to look into pretty soon here in the future just because I am making a lot, but you can also take advantage of other accounts to put you below that threshold to keep contributing to a Roth IRA account. Again, Google is your best friend. The sooner you do this, the better, because listen to this quote and listen carefully. Compound interest. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Time is of the essence, and that's what you need to do in terms of investing in a Roth IRA. The earlier you start, the better. And by the time you're retired, you'll have a nest egg of over $1 million. And that is how you become a millionaire. Here are some examples to kind of paint the picture of why time is so important when investing. Remember how I just mentioned I opened up a Roth IRA account just age 25, maybe 24? That was literally after college. Let's just say I did the max amount starting at age 24 to 59 and a half over the span of 35 years. If I invested that money, say, in a broad index fund like the S&P 500, which averages a 7% return adjusted for inflation with dividends reinvested, at the end of those 35 years, when I start pulling out money from that account, the balance on the account would be around $830,400. But let's just say I started at age 18, almost 6 years before I opened up my first Roth IRA account. Doing the same simple investment in a broad index fund at 7% return on average adjusted for inflation, instead of $830,400, it would have been $1,290,000. A 6-year delay can be almost the difference of $500,000. What? That's a lot of catching up to do. Remember, this is all tax-free money at the time you turn 59 and a half. Here's some simpler figures to give you some examples. Let's just say you invest $1,000 per year in a Roth IRA account from age 18 to age 60. In the same broad index fund investment that I mentioned earlier, you will have $264,000 of tax-free money, with only contributing about $43,000. Now, instead of $1,000, let's double it to $2,000 a year. From 18 years old to 59 and a half, that account will go to $440,000, tax-free. And last, if you do the maximum amount of $6,000 from age 18 to age 59 and a half, over 42 years, that will become $1,383,793.44 of tax-free money. And my mind is blown away. Like, how do you even go about making this type of video? I can't even think right now because of how ridiculously awesome that is. I'm just kidding, but there are so many videos that talk about Roth IRAs as just one investment vehicle to grow your wealth and becoming a millionaire. Because the one thing that all these people do, instead of just watching those videos, is smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you haven't already done so. There are obviously so many different ways you can grow your wealth. The Roth IRA is just one investment vehicle, like I said. It is such a cool concept that at the time that you pull money out from your account after the age of 59 and a half, it is tax-free. But again, there are other investment vehicles like 401ks, taxable accounts, real estate. All these things that I've mentioned are things that I'm invested in. This is what I'm doing with a Roth IRA, contributing the maximum amount that I can until the age of 59 and a half. And that is how you become a millionaire. Personal finance isn't a thing taught in schools. So if this is your first time hearing about a Roth IRA account or coming to my channel, please remember to pound the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because it'll surely help out my channel. Or if you already have a Roth IRA account and you just wanted to watch the video to help out my channel, like the video anyway. Drop a comment down below what you think about the content in this video, if you liked it, if there are any suggestions. I look at all these comments and I respond to as many as I can. That'll really help out the channel too. A Roth IRA account is one of the many investment vehicles that me and my fiance decided to do to start building our wealth. Anyways, everyone, thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Also subscribe to the channel and ring the little notification bell so you know the next time I post a video on my channel. I've been doing it at least every week, and I've been trying to post more videos each and every week, content from finance to real estate to video games, anything of those sorts, just because that's the life I live. This is my life that I'm sharing with each and every one of you. I'm also on Instagram. If you're interested in checking me out there, here's my handle right here, or it might be right here. One more thing, if you're interested in investing, there are 2 links down in the description below. One is to Robinhood, where if you just sign up through an account in there and start investing there, you'll get 1 free stock. There's a second link that goes to Webull, where if you deposit $100, you can get 2 free stocks. One where is valued up to $1,400 for a total of 3 stocks. Anyways, thanks so much again for watching the video. Stay safe, stay healthy, and with this new knowledge in this video, let's get to work. I actually forgot to do a quick shout out. Shout out to our friends over at Basically Me. I'll post their Instagram handle below, but basically they have an e-commerce site with cool apparel or these really cool hats like mine right here. Use my coupon code if you're interested in a 10% discount on any purchase from their site. It's just VERSTAR10. Again, thanks so much for watching the video, and we'll catch everyone next time.